Delighted to say with me now is our former left-back, Mickey Haswell, back with us today for media duties and commentary. Mickey, great to see you back here, but of course your links to Wimbledon go back to the Wimbledon of old.
Absolutely, yes. Go back to when I was a schoolboy, when I used to play for Wimbledon at schoolboy level, which was around about 14 years of age, and spent a few years there trying to kind of learn and develop and apply for an apprenticeship. I used to had the opportunity to be a ball boy at Selhurst Park, so I had the great opportunity to meet some of the fans' favourites from the likes of John Fashanu, Vinnie Jones, Warren Barton, Alan Kimboy, etc. So it was a great time for me then, and then to have the opportunity to kind of be part of the club again when Dave Anderson kind of called me one day and invited me down for a meeting, and the rest was history. With literally in 24 hours of having that meeting with him, I couldn't wait to sign for the club and be a part of it.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, because I mean, he'll be on to me if I don't say it. Fast forward a few years and Dave Anderson, you said, was the man who brought you to AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely. I played against Wimbledon, AFC Wimbledon, in the Ryman Premier League at the time. I was at Chelmsford. And it was a joy to kind of play against them. Equally, I think playing at Chelmsford at the time, it was a cup final. But towards the end of that season, it was an absolute pleasure and honour to get the call from Dave. And after a very kind of short meeting at Kings Meadow, as I say, I couldn't wait to sign for the club. Dave was very vocal about the journey and the kind of the dream, which is kind of what we're seeing now back at Plough Lane. And it was an absolute honour to be a part of that.
And then a couple of seasons, of course, under Terry Brown, getting us through the Ryman Premier. Memorable night, of course, against Hornchurch and then against Staines, and then into the Blue Square South. Yes.
Very memorable. Memories for life for me, as well as lots of the players there, and some very strong bonds that have lasted ever since then. Very close with the likes of John Main, Jason Goodliff, and a lot of us still get together at Christmas time these days, just to kind of reminisce and rekindle some of the romance of the football days that we had together at Wimbledon.
And of course you can say that you have genuinely played your part in this story as well, of getting us back to being Wimbledon on Plough Lane, and that must fill you with enormous pride.
It really does. Every time I'm back here, it's very nostalgic. Walking through the museum and seeing pictures of old. Even when I was a kid, whether it be '88 or kind of Premier League days, and even having the privilege to play with Marcus Gow and kind of learn from him, because as a kid I remember watch him at Selhurst Park. But yeah, kind of walking through here, seeing the colours, seeing the badge, seeing the fans as well, and what it means to them. I think for me that was one of the things that always resonated with me, both on the pitch and off the pitch. How much it meant to the fans, and getting back to kind of being where we belong, really.
Very much a community and a family club, and you brought your young family today.
Yes, and she's proudly wearing the blue and yellow with Haswell on the back, and thankfully she chose the number 3. So yeah, she's been here a few times, but I've got my wife as well, and as always my parents. They were a pivotal part of supporting me through my football, but particularly the times at Wimbledon, and they got to enjoy the good times there as well.
So you are here today, of course, because you're on media duties. You're going to be doing some commentary with us, some guest summarising, and it's a Wimbledon team at the moment who are in good form at home.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as Johnny said, we're looking for a bit of consistency now, and hopefully we can carry that home record on today, but also to kind of lead us on to a bit of consistency so that we are pushing for those playoffs. There's not much in it in terms of points, but we do need a run of consistency.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.